And today is one of those days where we want to talk to you guys about one of our own family members who we are celebrating his life today. Inductee Willie Scott. This is his 62nd birthday, and we're celebrating his life, and of course we're mourning his loss. And with one of our own Hall of Famers here, Levon Kirkland. I know he was a special friend of yours and had a special impact on your life, more so than all the rest of us. And so someone who knew him well and looked up to Willie Scott. Tell us what's on your mind and give us an update on all things Hall of Fame, some of which have been inspired by this man, Brother Willie Scott.
Right. Today it's a sad day. I'm going to go ahead and admit that we lost a great man in Willie Scott. And I can tell you one thing about the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame. If you're in our family, you're in our family. We're going to care about you. And we continue to urge anybody who's a part of the Hall of Fame that we're in this together. And we need to always remember our people who are gone away, because you just never know. I had lunch with Willie not too long ago. We were talking about the South Carolina Hall of Fame and how he could help. He wasn't feeling well then. I kept asking him how's he doing, because I remember when my wife was having these coughing spells and how that affected me. So to see him, in that kind of pain was really, really tough. But my relationship with Willie Scott goes back to 1986. I was a senior. I was going to be a senior in high school. He talked to the campers at the University of South Carolina, and all honesty, guys, it really changed my life. It really helped me to soar higher, to dream bigger. And I always thank Willie Scott for that. Every time I met him, I would tell him that you may not remember, but I was at your camp. And a lot of times we as people don't realize the influence that we have on others. So we want to make sure that we remember the people we love, because truly we just never know. So we want to honor Willie. We want to shout out to his family and tell them that we're really thinking about him. This was a big loss, not only to the Scott family, but also to the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame. I will remember Willie. I'm sure Mike and David, you feel the same. He was a great guy. And honestly, we don't want to always mention people when they're passing or today is their funeral. We want to make sure we honor these people right now, where they can enjoy and where they can smell the flowers. And unfortunately, this is one of those times that we have to remember somebody after they're gone, but we don't want to do this. That's why we do what we do, to honor people, to love people. And I think that the people out there in South Carolina and all over the world should join and commit to our movement and what we're doing.
Levon, you said it very well, my friend. Willie Scott, man, he was amazing. We were just talking about the Zoom call that we had. COVID, obviously, for those of you who don't know, Willie Scott is in our class. We were unable to induct him, and we're trying to induct that class this year, the Hall of Fame. We're going to be making some announcements about that in-person ceremony, more likely going to be postponed, but stay tuned for that. But, we were honoring Coach Scott and trying to get everybody together and be a part of your show, your Sports and Leadership. In fact, we have a fantastic interview with Coach Scott.
Yes.
And, but before that, when we were doing that, we had the virtual Bridge Builder Excellence Award, because all these great young men, that's one of the things that you've been doing and have inspired through this this goal to lead South Carolina students to the top 10 in college and career readiness by December 31st, 2030, the SC top 10 in 2030. And as a part of that, you've got your Bridge Builder Excellence Award. The nominations are out right now, and I know we've got a lot, and we're going to come back to that. But during this summer's virtual ceremony, we got the Hall of Famers involved in this. They were all very excited about what we're doing to use their platform. And Coach Scott was more than generous to talk to us and share his message of leadership and, of course, hope, and how football helps bring people together for the good of themselves and the community. And And as part of that, we had Charlie Waters, former Clemson, who's part of this class, and Coach Scott. And their interaction was so classic. I mean, he was so full of life, and he had such great love, and we do love our Hall of Famers, and we want to honor you guys. Levon Kirkland, I mean, I really appreciate you as a guy from South Carolina that grew up, hating most of the national news back in the day that we got was less than stellar. So people like you, Levon Kirkland, that come to South Carolina, come out of South Carolina and make us proud, and then come back and do what you're doing, investing in this community. You brought us the 3 E's: educate, empower, and encourage. But talk about that Bridge Builder Excellence Award a little bit, and why you think it's important for people to nominate and how they, and then maybe we can let Mikey Football tell them how to do it.
Well, of course, we have some tremendous people that live in this state of South Carolina. I think beautiful people that really care. And we have also some excellent students that are around, especially some student athletes that not only do well on the field in school, but they also do well in their community. And we want to make sure that we honor those. And I don't know if there's anybody else in the state or in the country that really honors the student athlete, the person inside. And we're going to make this, not we want to, we're going to make this almost like the Heisman Trophy. There's going to be a 10-year-old who's going to want to win our BB Excellence Award. They're going to want to win it because that's going to honor the very best student athlete in South Carolina. So we urge our citizens, our people that listen to the show, if you have someone that you think is worthy of this award, let us know. Don't come back to us later talking about, oh, I knew somebody. Why did you nominate this person? Well, we know why we didn't nominate him, because we didn't know about him. So we're trying to get our filters out there to make sure we're getting the very best student athlete we can possibly get. So if you know a student athlete that's worthy enough, who's doing great on the field, who's doing great in the classroom, who's doing great in the community, let us know about them. Let us know about them so we can be aware of them, and so hopefully they can get this honor. All right, they can be in the top 10, so we can recognize them. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get the word out. We're trying to make our students the most precious resource in South Carolina. And we can't do that with people who got closed mouths. We need you to open your mouth up and say that, hey, this person is worthy, so we can honor them. That's what we're doing here in the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame. That's
perfect stuff. Hey, Mikey, tell them how to do that. There's no better time than the present. How do they nominate somebody?
Yeah, absolutely. Go to our website, scfootballhof.org, and I'll put a link in the Facebook page there that you guys can click on. There is about 2 more weeks left in this nomination period, so you can't wait. You got to put them in, and got to check it out. And there is a link there that you can fill out your nominee, send it our way, and we'll go from there, and we'll be happy to honor your guy.
Hey, that's awesome, Mike. Levon, well said. And just quickly, if you listen to we're on break right now, the Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland, got a lot of exciting things coming back. Levon, I know you wanted to talk to the viewers and ask some questions. This last episode with Brian Nance it keeps getting bigger and bigger audience every week, which is fantastic. And thank you to all of you that are listening, and tell your friends about it, and hey, give us some ratings. But it also had Coach Scott featured in there as a promo to you, which is, wow. I mean, good grief. I'm glad we get to honor Coach Scott, and to all of you out there celebrating his life. I mean, we do love you guys, and we appreciate all the support for the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame. And we invite you to be a part of this family. Levon's show is a sports and leadership show. And Levon, tell us about the show and sort of your concept and where you think it's going, and anything else before we wrap this up.
Yeah. The Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland is different, in my opinion, because we not only talk about the sport in South Carolina, we talk about leadership in South Carolina. So we're appealing to a wide target audience. We want our audience to listen because you know what? We're quite different than everybody else. We're not only going to give you the great stories that are out there, the stories that you may not be aware of that's happening in our state and in our country, but also we want to make sure that we provide you with some great leadership tips, some things that you can take home with you, some great nuggets. We want to continue to make sure we motivate people, we inspire people. The educate, empower, and encourage is a mission that we take very seriously. And we want you to be a part of it. We want you to listen because there's some great stories that we're going to touch upon that I think is going to move the needle. We're going to move the needle. We have a ministry in what we do. So we want to make sure that you're keyed in on this, that this is going to help not only you as a parent, but also you as an athlete, also you as a citizen. So we take our sports and leadership podcast extremely serious because we want to make sure that you get the good news. And so that's what we do with Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland. We urge you to listen because we know that this is one of the most different podcasts that you're going to ever hear, especially in the state of South Carolina. We are about changing South Carolina, and we're about getting to the top 10 in 2030. So that's what the Inside Blitz is all about. Very proud of that show. I think this show is tremendous, and I think you're going to be blessed if you watch this show. And if you can contribute it in any kind of way, we need your help. Please help us because we want to get the good word out there.
That's great. Well said. So if you want to be involved as an advertiser, give Levon a call or just reach out through the website. We appreciate all of our supporters. And hey, y'all have a great Saturday and appreciate you let us know where you're from in the comments. And if you've got some suggestions for topics or tips or anything for Levon on the show, we'd love to hear from you. And hey, we're the Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland. We're the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame. We're the Bridge Builder Excellence Community, and we invite you to join us.